Greetings, everybody. Welcome to Little Friday Moisture, a spinoff of the Moistcast, which we started back here a while ago. I've been a little silent lately. I've been pretty busy at work. We had the 4th of July holidays, so I had a little traveling to do. And as a few of you may know that have watched prior, I'm a Civil War reenactor, and summer is primetime Civil War reenacting season. As you can imagine, nothing better than running around in a wool uniform, shooting guns at each other, and trying to mimic 19th century life in 90-degree weather. But joining me today to talk about some interesting things that have been happening in the past week or two, and something that might happen in the future that could have national security implications, are the Rookie Critic.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
And a founder of the Moistcast, the superfan Adam Shotton.
Hey, yo, everybody. Glad to be here as always, Master Moist.
Indeed.
Can you hear the crow cawing in my background?
I did not.
Okay, good. Because I have my window open and there's a crow right outside my window. Caw, 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 caw.
Well, speaking of crows, Game of Thrones, we will be talking a little bit about Game of Thrones. The Rookie Critic here, he's watching Game of Thrones through for the first time. I believe you did see season 8, right?
I didn't see it, but I saw like everybody's coverage on season 8. So.
Okay, so you know what's coming, but Rookie right now is in the prime of Game of Thrones. We did a couple weeks ago. We did a stream on the Rookie Critics channel where him, Black Angus Reviews, and myself we talked about season 1 and about halfway through season 2. So make sure you check that out and keep your eyes posted on the Rookie Critics channel for more Game of Thrones content from a new viewer after the fact. I think Black Angus and I both agreed that it was refreshing to listen to somebody who was really into it, and it kind of rekindled my excitement about Game of Thrones following the disaster of season 8. It reminded me that this show is still good. We can just kind of like Disney Star Wars, we can just pretend the end never happened.
Yep, just shove it under the rug.
Exactly.
That's okay.
But there's one
call him the Rookie Critic for nothing.
Exactly. Well, there's one thing that we cannot pretend that will not happen, and that is on September 20th at 3 a.m. Pacific time. So, Rookie, that's your time out there. We're going to be storming Area 51, and they can't stop us all. And they can't stop us all because as of right now, we have 529,000 people going and 519,000 people interested in going to storm Area 51. And details, we're all going to all meet up at the Area 51 Alien Center tourist attraction and coordinate our entry. And we will Naruto run so we can move faster than their bullets, and let's see the aliens. So I think we're going to be good. And just to give everybody a sense of what we're looking at plan-wise, I'm going to get ready to screen share here, folks. Let me see if I can figure it out. All right, we all seeing this here?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so here's the plan for Area 51. So now, people not familiar with Area 51, commonly, affiliated with Roswell and like all the UFOs. Also, in a national security sense, developed the B-2 stealth bomber there. So, for you history, national security nerds out there, big time, things have been underdeveloped here. There might be a reason beyond aliens that it is top secret, but we do believe that there are aliens there, whether you believe it or not. I mean, it might as well find. But if you can look at the map here, we have it clearly and a beautifully drawn map by Jackson Barnes up there. Shout out to this guy. So he created this plan, and as you can see, we have 48,000 people that have interacted with the plan that kind of agree, maybe think it's a little funny. But we're going to break it down here. So what's going to happen is a brigade of Kyles, people named Kyle. They're going to have a lot of monster energy, and they're going to go crazy. They will form an impenetrable wall. They will draw fire from Area 51 guards, while we have rock throwers behind them, throwing rocks and pebbles so as not to injure the soldiers, because we respect our soldiers and servicemen and women. But we want to try to save as many of the Kyles as possible. We do know.
Well, wait, do they bring their own rocks, or do they just have them there?
Oh, you look around here. We will find the rocks here.
Okay.
But if you, I would suggest you bring your own rocks as well. Have as many types of rocks represented. This is a global effort.
And are they bringing the rocks on the airplanes or
that is a individual problem that you will all have to work out, and just be as nonchalant as possible. Remember, maybe keep it under 3.4 ounces, so a bunch of little ones, and then pick up the big ones around here. We will do reconnaissance beforehand for those that live in the Nevada region. But while the rock throwers and the Kyles are attacking the front of Area 51, there will be 2 battalions of Naruto runners that will flank the north and the south at full speed. And they will shadow clone jutsu, and they will triple their numbers and overwhelm the base, which is circled in red. And we will free them aliens.
So does that mean you have to be Asian in order to be the runner?
It does not mean you have to be Asian. This is a open event to all. No one will be discriminated against. But as long as you know how to Naruto run, put those running shoes on now. Get out there and check it out. Make sure you know how to do it. Keep them arms behind your back and put the head down and sprint. You will be fine, and you will move faster than their bullets. I know people are saying all these. People that are taking this seriously are saying, oh, we can shoot you. No, we will move faster than your bullets. So you guys, before we dive into a little pop culture, do you guys think that this is a foolproof plan or what?
I mean, the evidence is there. It seems pretty well thought out. I mean, at least more than 10 minutes of thinking.
I do, yeah. Now, Adam, what do you think of that?
I got to agree with Rookie. It seems like they really got a plan to go and get her done.
Even color-coded and labeled with a key, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, and the fact that we have, we have over 500,000 people doing this.
Yep.
It's
they're tired of waiting.
There's a reason why the millennial generation has been obsessed with video games. We virtually stormed the beaches of Normandy. We jump off the battle bus every day for Fortnite. We have fought in Gears of War. We have fought in Skyrim, Fallout. And it has all led to this moment, I believe. And that moment is September 20th. So with that being said, though, there are other things that have happened and that we have kind of been pissed at or interested in. And we'll go the Star Wars stuff first before we go to the Game of Thrones. But Star Wars, so we saw earlier this weekend in the Phantom Menace, which we are all proud members of, there have been a lot of videos up about the Sith Trooper, the red Stormtrooper guy, who will be out, and I think that's the first toy that they've actually showed too. That's going to be in The Rise of Skywalker. Almost forgot the name of the movie for a second. And we've also had the Galaxy Edge, which has also been extensively covered in the Phantom Menace. And I know Adam and myself, we haven't really talked about it, but Rookie, do you want to give your thoughts on the Sith Trooper and or the Galaxy's Edge? Maybe just basically being an oversized Star Wars shopping mall?
I mean, I wish I had more to say, but I have not really been following this stuff too much as of late. Been filming my project lately, so I haven't really. I mean, I catch some videos here and there and have it on in the background while I'm working. So sometimes I'll pay attention. Like I heard about the Disney park thing, but sounds like it's just not as busy as it should be for the summer, and people get in fights, which are hilarious. Sith Trooper looked like something that if I were younger I would have bought as a kid, for sure.
That's exactly what I thought too.
Like I don't even really care if it is that clever. I mean, I thought that the Snoke's guards were pretty stupid. They seemed pretty cheap design, so this seems fine enough, I guess. Sure.
I'm more interested in these Sith Troopers than the Snoke guards.
But yeah, same here. That's what I'm saying. It looks like it's a little more detail to its actual appearance and a better
Yeah.
name.
Yeah, Sith Trooper. Like, that's awesome. Now I
It's
said
a
now
flashback,
Adam's laughing.
man.
So
Yeah,
Adam.
it seems like a flashback to Jedi.
And
The
didn't we
Emperor's
already get a
guards.
flashback with the Praetorian guards, Snoke's guards?
Yes, that's what it seems to. I mean, I'm amazed they're not freaking pink.
Yeah.
We can't make them
to be
black because the
fair-
Death Troopers were black in.
No,
Go ahead, Rookie.
I was say, to be fair, like, did anybody really
No, you're good, bro. Go ahead.
pay as much attention to the Emperor's guards, like, and go, yes, those ones are what come to mind when I think of, Star Wars stuff. Like, I don't know.
Now, for me, not really. But then whenever you see like, they're like one, they're there. But then whenever you see like a new you're like, that's just a new version of them guards.
Yeah, but I mean, this is kind of probably the one thing where I wouldn't really care what they do with them. They could have made them a completely different thing altogether, and I wouldn't have cared either way. Like, I think it'd be cooler if they replaced those types of troopers with like aliens that have their own special armor to be his guards or something that are more intimidating. But I also, again, I don't really care if they change the design a little bit to a different, slightly. It's like, yeah, that's there. Okay. Yeah. Doesn't hurt
I
it.
see it as merchandise. I see it as merchandise for Disney. That's what I see it as. Another reboot, another relaunch. Okay, we screwed up in the last movie. Let's try this and see if anybody cares. I'm surprised they're not rainbow colored, rainbow striped.
Let's give it a couple years.
Be black because of the fact we had the Death Troopers. Yeah,
it's
just like
the Sith Rangers.
I'm just ready to see how it ends.
It's the Sith Rangers.
I mean,
yes.
How I view it, it's to me, it's just complete. It's just irony, and I feel like the one word to describe the Rise of Skywalker will just be irony. Whenever you compare it to The Last Jedi, that's why I just believe that they should have had J.J. Abrams do the entire sequel trilogy. Why would you have a different director and writer for the second movie, and then have to have another writer or director clean it up, or like try to not piss off everybody, and really bring back a divided fandom menace and fans of the sequels, where the Last Jedi preached let the past die. It was in all the freaking trailers, one of the bigger lines in the movie. Let the past die, and then they broke Anakin's lightsaber and Luke Skywalker's lightsaber and Rey's, I guess, by somehow inheriting it, I guess. So it was like there was so much symbolism, and then Yoda destroying the tree that supposedly had the Jedi text in it. It was all about killing what we knew, but what are they doing so far for this new movie? Going back to what we knew because they know that's what Star Wars fans care about. It's like we saw the wreckage of the Death Star in the trailer. We saw that Rey reconstructed Anakin / Darth Vader / Luke Skywalker's lightsaber. So that's already retconned. And now we have the Sith Troopers, which I think they look cool. And I do like the design of them. But it's just like, okay, cool. Like Death Troopers, cool. They were awesome. But it's just like the red just harps so much back to the Emperor, and they're called Sith Troopers. But I thought there were no Jedi and Sith anymore. But now they're back, and we can confirm they're back because of Sith Trooper. So it's just, for me, it's just ironic. It's like, oh, everything that we wanted to get rid of in The Last Jedi, we kind of got to pull ourselves back. And like, I would love like 10 years from now, just hear like Disney insiders or like even J.J. Abrams or whatever, just be like, yeah, we had a plan, but then Rian Johnson just went and fucked it up.
Yeah.
That's kind of at this point, like, and it's like what Adam had said prior. Like he chimed in a little bit and said, I just want to see how it ends. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go see this movie. I'm not going to.
It is possible though that it's not just a Rian Johnson thing. It could be a Disney specific thing, like how like every single Disney tale they tell, like Hunchback of Notre Dame, Aladdin, The Little Mermaid, was taken from something else and had their own spin to it. Like
Yeah.
they always rebrand in their own way, like what they try to represent. So
Yeah.
it's not like this kind of just really fits into all that. They're like, but they couldn't start that way with a whole new Star Wars. They had to break it first before
Yeah.
they can make their own.
And then when they broke it, they realized, oh shit, this is something bigger than what we've done before.
Well, probably, but they're like, oh, because let's compare it to small businesses. Like, oh, how many of us actually grew up on all the tales that they adopted? Like, who grew up on the original origin story of the Little Mermaid, where it came from, and all those things, or something, or from other stories, and were broken when they, made the new ones. And we weren't even aware. This is like everyone grew up with this. Everyone knows this,
Yeah.
pretty much, and it's like, oh, we're just gonna play with it a little. This is a delicate thing and you dropped it. If anything, I wouldn't mind if they had the rights but didn't do much with it.
Yeah. Like if they would have done like maybe like a movie every 5 years, and it'd be like a Rogue One or like a Solo.
I think they should have started with a video game, honestly. Like, 2
Yeah.
years after buying it, release a sweet video game. Get, some other people involved in it, maybe tease some other ideas, maybe see what's out there, fish a little to see what people kind of want, and then, see what they can make.
Yeah. Well, see, I feel like if they would have started with like Rogue One, like a few years after they bought it, like similar to what you said, like have a video game, have some sort of medium come out to get the interest back, spark it up a little bit more, and then boom, like have something that harks in right away to the OT or even to the prequels that people know about. Like, oh, okay, well, this is a good way. And the thing is, it's like, oh, well, I have kids now, or like younger audiences. Like, oh, hey, this is a great way to introduce them to Star Wars again. So maybe they'll go out and they'll purchase the Blu-rays or digitally or whatever, watch the films, and then go see the new one. And then you maybe years after make the sequels and kind of But then you also got to realize, I'm proposing this, it'd be hard to incorporate the original characters in a sequel because obviously for age reasons, and unfortunately we've seen with Carrie Fisher passing, that would have been hard to prolong. But so it was they were in a very precarious situation.
I don't know. I still think they could have made a new series without making the OTs the focus or to the plot at all.
Yeah,
Like
no, I believe. Yeah, I believe the OTs could have basically been just like
that's the lore. That's the history.
There's the lore and the legend
ones.
And then it's just so far in the future. It's not like right after. It's not 30 years after. It's like 200 years later.
Yeah, or something. Like have the original trilogy be the history, like be history for this new lore for the new place.
Yeah,
they could have done whatever they want. But yeah,
exactly. And then the thing is, and from there, you could still use the same characters like Kylo Ren, Rey, and all them. Obviously, they have little different backstories or whatever. But like, think of it like 200 years in the future, for compared like after the Battle of Endor. Like think like 200 years ago, in the future, the Sith are dead. Luke has brought up the Jedi or whatever, but then there's this new rogue Jedi that basically started trying to just rediscover the Sith lore, and boom, there you go. There's just endless possibilities. And it could also be a bounty hunter. It doesn't even have to be Jedi or whatever. It could be a bounty hunter, but obviously got to have some lightsabers in there because it is Star Wars. So.
Yeah. Well, and there was some elements in the expanded universe of Luke being afraid of training somebody because they could, fall to the dark side. Which that would have been an interesting movie to see that from Luke's perspective, like him trying to train a new apprentice, but he's afraid to teach him too much because he might, start doing other shit that he doesn't want to do, and then he'd create him, and so be like, God damn! So how do I do this? He's never done that. That'd be an interesting movie, maybe.
Yeah, I think that's now, Adam. What do you think about all this? Like, do you think it would have been a better series?
I think they could have done. They could have done so much more than what they did. It's like they just got it. They didn't really know what to do with it. As Doom was without reject, they didn't pay any attention to the past, what they wanted to do, and shoved it down our throats. And nobody's been happy with it since.
Yeah, it's been.
Like I said, I'm just ready to see the train wreck end.
Yeah, and the thing is, I do think that the ending. I do think Rise of Skywalker will be more well received than The Last Jedi. That's my gut take. Now, I do know that a lot of people might also, like myself, receive it better because I am setting the bar at like ground level. I'm not. I don't expect much. All I expect is a lot of nostalgia, which we basically
Well, the
confirmed
way I look at it,
already.
we had the EU. The EU carried Star Wars for years pre Disney buying it.
No,
And
and the
there's a
thing, yeah, I
lot of
loved
good
it.
stuff
I
in the
loved it. Yeah.
EU. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good stuff in there, in the books and everything. And we got the prequels, which is what you gentlemen kind of grew up on. You know, I'm old school. I saw the originals. You know, I'm older than you guys. I felt that A New Hope, Empire, Jedi, I was fulfilled. Saw the prequels, enjoyed them. Every one of my kids hated fucking Jar Jar. They could not stand Jar Jar Binks. My youngest was a baby when that came out, and he started crying in the theater when it came out. So kind of picked him up and walked around, you know, to kind of get away. And I wasn't the only one. There was like 8 of us whose kids all hated Jar Jar when he popped up on screen. You know, so that was just kind of one of those funny moments. But I will still take the prequels over this Disney crap. Got excited. You know, it's like, all right, we've got Star Wars. Maybe Disney will do something great with it. They dropped the ball big time. And
Well,
to
and the
even
thing
go to
with-
Rise of Skywalker, okay, really? That's going to be that's the title. All right, sure.
I thought Skywalker
Why
already
not?
rise.
Yeah,
You
no
know,
kidding.
both of them.
So it's just it's
Unless
the
Rey's a
EU.
Skywalker.
Yeah, well, it's the EU where they stole parts out of the EU and then they just kind of flipped it, you know, and then, oh, well, Rey's a nobody. And like you said, let the past die. And it died all right because Star Wars flopped, a franchise that should never have flopped, that went years with nothing. But hardcore fans loving the original trilogy, even those that, you know, like you guys that like the prequels, and then when you tie in the Disney stuff, it's just, ugh.
Yeah. Well, no, I love.
You know,
I love
when
the
I watched the
prequels.
first one, I laughed.
Yeah, I mean, like Episode 3 to me is one of my favorite Star Wars movies. I just that like it was like what I wait as a kid. I'm just like, I need to see Vader. Like I need to see how did he become Vader. Like I was so pumped when that happened.
But I
like,
wanted
so,
to see, more Rogue One and Rogue One Vader. You know,
yeah, oh my God, that was
you know,
incredible.
and I get it. I mean, we pretty much knew what happened, and then you kind of get to see it. But Rogue One Vader, you give us that
Awesome.
movie where he goes and he's killing all the Jedi and everything's going on, and we will spend billions of dollars on merchandise.
Take my
and
money
seeing
right
the
now.
movie. That's right. Just take it.
And one thing too with the prequels, like what you're saying, that you were just like, yeah, you know, you didn't like hate them. You're just like, oh, you know, they're there or whatever. But like, they didn't detract anything from the OT. If anything, they added on. They explained things that happened prior. They explained the lore. You know, the Clone Wars. What Obi-Wan Kenobi says in Episode 4, like whenever he meets Luke, he's like, oh, I fought with you know, oh, you fought in the Clone Wars. You know, like, oh, well, now you see it, and you see Obi-Wan as a young character. And I thought that we were given one of the best performances by Ewan McGregor portraying Obi-Wan. Awesome.
I love the animated Clone Wars series. When they did that, it made, because the movie not so much. The movie kind of sucked. The second movie was just bleh. Had they done more like they did with the Clone Wars series in the movie, it would have been better. And then yes, Episode 3 they did really, really well with tying up what we knew and not dropping the ball. But then you fast forward to The Force Awakens and, you know, The Last Abortion Jedi to now, you know, Skywalker Rising. I just don't have any faith in it. I just want to see how the train wreck ends. I can't wait because it's going to play. And as you and I have talked, all the channels that we are all a part of and big fans of, things are going to fly and numbers are going to rise when this shit hits the fan, literally.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe that. I almost want to compare it to Nerdrotic with his growth with Game of Thrones, and with the growing of people that would watch his streams, post show streams. Each week after episode 3, The Long Night for season 8, Game of Thrones, episode 4, episode 5, episode 6, his and Doomcock streams grew exponentially in viewership. And I feel like that's something that that's going to happen with the Rise of Skywalker. Now, the thing is, I genuinely hope the Rise of Skywalker is good. Just as a Star Wars fan, I don't want to root for it to fail. As much as I hated The Last Jedi, I just don't want to root for it to fail. Solo, I just never thought would hit.
No, it was a movie that we didn't ask for. We didn't really need. They could have done it a lot better.
Back, I don't think I watched it the other day, and it's like I'm just like, as a standalone movie, this is fine. Explaining one of the most major characters in one of the most beloved franchises ever, it's unneeded. But like, if I try to view it as its own thing, its own entity. And I'm like, oh, this is an entertaining movie in its own sense. Within the Star Wars saga, the one thing I liked was we got to see more of Chewbacca.
Hey, man, I loved Rogue One. That's
Rogue One, yeah. Rogue One, it's up there for me.
That's the one, the only movie that Disney, right. Rogue One was great.
Gareth,
I don't really care for these new stormtroopers, I don't really care for them, but that's okay. I like the old school ones. But I do feel that Rogue One is the best Star Wars movie that Disney has ever made and probably ever will. Of course, we don't know because we haven't seen. We got to wait till December, and we will see. But right now, I just feel that they're just going, oh, we fucked up. We massively have to retcon this because we screwed up so bad by going with Johnson and listening to Kennedy, who fired JJ. So we'll see. But I do agree with you. I would have had a little bit more faith if JJ could have done all 3 of them. I'm not saying that it would have been a lot better, but I have faith to say that it would have been a little better and at least more tolerable had he done them. And maybe if they would not have done as they're saying, oh, it's just everybody's tired of Star Wars. Well, no, because everybody's still in love with Marvel. Even the way that the Marvel movies went. As a fan of Marvel, I didn't really care for the last couple movies, but that's just me. I'm a little bit older. I don't feel you should write a script that goes around CGI. Have a solid, good script. Have your CGI in there. But, go back and watch a 1970s Spider-Man and you will love all this new stuff. But once again, when we're talking Star Wars, I'm not excited at all. I'll go see it. That is one thing. I will say I am really hoping to meet up with World Class, go to Ohio, go to the theater with them just to see it. It'd be great to see it with those guys because you and I, Moist and Rookie, we had a blast with the Solo when we were watching Solo all together. But God, that movie by itself, it's okay, fine, but it's just not a Star Wars movie. Rogue One is, and that is the top of my list for Disney. Rogue One, they right. Even though once again we really didn't need any of the characters. Thank God they all died. Spoilers if you haven't seen it. I don't know how you haven't, but if you haven't watched it by now, that's on you. So far, I feel that's the strongest movie they have made.
I mean, I completely agree that that Rogue One is the strongest movie. It has moments of slowness or whatever, but overall, I mean, for that last act, it was all worth it.
It was. It was good to see the old school stormtroopers again too. And there's so many. Like we have all said, you don't even have to have it with Jedi. They could have done a bounty hunter movie. That would have been awesome, and done the same as they did with Rogue One. If they just stayed with the Rogue One and done a bounty hunter movie that went more into Boba Fett and everybody else that were bounty hunters, just a bounty hunter tale. That would have been awesome. But the last couple minutes of Vader, you give me 3 hours of that, and I will just give you my money.
Yeah, so, oh my gosh, yeah. The amount of money they would get from me if they had a Vader movie like that, I'd do it multiple times on the same day.
Just give that money to Star Wars Theory.
Exactly.
Yes, because Star Wars Theory's thing was awesome. That was genius, and I loved it.
Yeah, what I want to see in Disney, from Disney in general now, since they have Star Wars and Marvel and everything else, I want to feel the innovation that they have. Like, I feel like with a lot of their earlier projects, even the two-dimensional ones, the animations and whatnot, like you can kind of feel the work put into it. And as for now, it just feels like they're still in bed and they're like, trying to get to their computer and they can't reach some of their notes and they're like, oh fuck, yeah, let's do this. And that's kind of what it feels like. It's like I want to feel the passion, and I don't feel it.
I want to feel entertainment again, Rookie, that is entertaining. I'm so tired of the same mundane bullshit that they keep producing and shoving down our throats that nobody likes. I want entertainment that is entertaining. I don't want it to be, politically connected, SJW connected. I want entertainment that is entertaining. I don't need, gay everything. I don't need black power. I don't need it. I just want entertainment that is entertaining, that is fun. The last season of Punisher, it drug on forever. But at the end of it, the very end of the Punisher series, that's the Frank Castle that I know. And it just seems everything they got their hands on just completely went SJW, or there was always a narrative that shouldn't have been there. Go back, get the original comics. Go back and get stuff from the 90s. There's good comics there. There's plenty of storylines. There's plenty of stuff that Stan Lee created all the way, 40s, 50s, 60s, so on, that is so good. And yet they just completely flipped it upside down, where down is up and up is down, and it just doesn't make any sense, and it sucks. And they just shovel this shit like, hey, we're going to make it and you're going to watch it and you're going to like it. Well, there's been a lot of people that don't like it, more so it seems that don't than do, and they're feeling it. They need to get back to what everybody liked. I think old man Disney's rolling over in his grave right now, what his company's doing.
Well, speaking of getting back to things that people liked, let's talk about the early seasons of Game of Thrones.
Woohoo!
And Rookie, you are where are you at right now in Game of Thrones?
I think I'm on like episode 2 or 3 of season 3.
Woo! Oh boy! So what did you think of the rest of season 2? So you had seen the Battle of the Blackwater.
Yeah.
The first real big battle scene that they showed in Game of Thrones. And,
oh yeah.
And you got to see Bronn, Tyrion. You get to see the Hound. Fuck the Queen. Fuck the King.
Yeah, I did.
Fuck the gun.
I mean, you got to see a legend. Like the Hound was incredible. So what do you think of season 2? And what do you think going into season 3?
I think that it had one of the best season finale endings, like the last episode. I don't remember everything that happened in it on top of my head right now, but it's like, with the White Walkers and stuff. And what's the fat guy's name? Sam?
Sam.
I keep calling him Pudgy in my head. Like, who's that guy? Oh, yeah. And he was like, holy shit, okay, that's some cool stuff. And it seemed to end on a spot where it's like, okay, what the hell is going to happen now? What's going to happen now? And season 3 starts and it opens like everybody's in these different spots, and there's like now so many stories to follow that I don't even know if they go through each one in each episode now. Sometimes they might, go, oh, you have to wait a whole nother episode to see what happens with these people because they gotta get through this part first.
And when they do multiple, like 4 or 5 character stories in the same episode, at least they give them at least 10 minutes each so they can progress it. It's not like The Walking Dead where it's like, all right, this week we're going to do this character. Next week we're going to do this character, but
Oh,
remember,
that'd be torture.
it's the same time as this character. That's why season I want to say season 4 sucked of The Walking Dead, and then season 5, the end of season 5 was kind of like that, and then beyond season 7, so 8, 9, and 10 have been
Wait,
terrible.
so they would show what's going on with these characters and then skip over
Yeah.
to somewhere else and go, this happened at the same time.
And the thing is, think of like a character in Game of Thrones that you absolutely do not care about, and
Okay.
that you just hate when they're on screen, and just imagine having to stare at them for 60 minutes, and you're just like, oh my god, just
Yeah,
get
Jesus.
bit by a zombie, please.
Yeah, seriously, yeah. I can feel that. Yeah. That'd suck.
So now, Rookie, I have to ask, because originally you were having a hard time watching it, but since you've been able to actually get through 1, 2, and into 3, are you enjoying it?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I try to watch it when I'm trying to eat something, because otherwise I'm usually a little distracted. So, but when I'm sitting down to eat, I am focused. So I've been watching it in increments here and there. That's why it's taken forever to get through the seasons. But this time I'm paying attention. So it's well, yeah, it's more enjoyable this time. I'd say it's more entertaining. The last part I ended on, the last episode I was watching, I think it was right after the Hound finds Arya,
Mhm.
in that by those brothers or something.
Yeah.
Whatever. So
Without
he's like,
banners?
"Why you got a stock, bitch?"
Yeah,
or something.
the Brotherhood Without Banners.
Yeah, he's like, "What are you doing harboring a stock, bitch?" Or
Yep.
something.
Yeah.
Which kind of confused me because I thought he was kind of okay with them because he was kind of trying to protect Sansa before, but I don't know.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
The
Trying
Hound
to see
has
what
an
happens with
all-time.
that.
I don't know if he said it yet, but the Hound has an all-time line coming up.
Yeah, literally the last scene I saw was when he's like, why are you harboring a Stark, bitch?"
Oh no, no,
That's what-
it's way better than that. It's more funny than anything, but it involves chicken. We'll say that.
Yes,
Chicken,
it involves
okay.
chicken, and
All-time
just
line.
wait. That's right. When you see it, you'll start laughing and think of us going, just remember the chicken line, and it is well worth it.
It was one of the moments. It's like when I watched it the first time, like I did not catch it. I mean I caught it, but like I didn't think anything of it. But like rewatching it, I'm just like, and I saw it again. I'm just like, I lost it. I'm like, I know that's not supposed to necessarily be a comedic moment, but that's hilarious. And I enjoy it too.
What I've been thinking about is like, what was I thinking about? So yeah, how Robert Baratheon was probably one of the most important characters in this entire show because his death pretty much causes this whole show.
Oh, him and Ned Stark, absolutely.
Like if he didn't die, then there wouldn't be 7 kingdoms at war right now, and all these other things going on. So I'm like, well, if he were to have lived for a couple more years, like what would be happening now? Would the White Walkers be any issue? I mean, not as if they were an issue before, apparently, but like I don't know. It's just I'm like, wow, that's such a small character that's not very likable in season 1. Is like, man, if it wasn't for his death, then there would not be this whole 7 wars right now. I assumed this was going to be concluded by the end of season 2, like the big battles and things will settle down, and then then some new stuff will happen. But no, it's still continuing. I'm like, oh, okay, that's different, very different. I don't even know if like Robb Stark, like is he like even halfway to King's Landing or some shit yet? Like,
yeah, he's up by the river. He's in the Riverlands. That's where he's at.
because Catelyn sent Brienne to take Jaime Lannister to King's Landing to exchange for the daughters, and they're walking by themselves for a long ass time, and
Yeah.
they were like already maybe halfway there, maybe or something.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Christ, how far away is this?
Yeah, Rob. How big is it? It's supposed to be bigger than the UK. I know that. It's based on the UK's map, flipped upside down, essentially. It's like twice the size of the UK, lengthwise. But basically, Rob is establishing a stronghold on the Riverlands, since that is close to the neck, which is one of the crucial crossing points. Like, if you can control the neck, it's like you can control everything above that, through the Riverlands and up to the north. you can prevent people coming in from the south. So he's basically trying to get a hold of that. And him trying to get a hold of that is going to be a crucial thing for what you'll be seeing the rest of the season. So,
okay, yeah, because I just one of
where
the
he's
last
at
things I
right
saw
now.
from him too was when he was arguing, he was having a conversation with this one guy, his uncle or something, and he's like, you took a mill, and I was trying to do a different strategy where I lure them over here and then I kill him.
That's
And
exactly.
have,
Yeah, because you
all
want to
their
use the rivers.
their men and whatnot, and we still have the advantage and stuff. And
Yeah.
now we have a mill. That's what we gained. Are you fucking kidding me?
Exactly.
Like, oh damn. And he's like, we lost 200 men. He's like, we need them more than they need theirs. Like, every one we have is important.
Exactly. I always liked Robb Stark, so.
Yeah, I didn't think he'd really become a main character. I thought it'd be like, oh, his dad got killed, so he's gonna be like, I'm gonna go show them who's boss. And then he'd get killed like in a couple episodes. Nope.
He's very reminiscent in a sense. Now this is not spoiler. This is not a spoiler or anything. But if you read the book Fire and Blood, then yes, this is a spoiler. But Cregan Stark, he would have been alive about 180 years before Robb and all of them. Jon Snow, Robb, Sansa, Arya, and he was the Lord of Winterfell, and he was like he was like 25 or something. But basically, he was kind of like a Robb. But he was very, very loyal to the Targaryens while they were on the Iron Throne. And he actually went down to to King's Landing. Essentially named himself Hand of the King. And then basically had everybody that tried to assassinate Aegon the Third, Aegon the Second. My Aegons are all going together. Part of the Dance of Dragons. He had everybody assassinated, and then he said, "Okay, I relinquish my Hand of the King to whoever you would like to choose. I will not stay south because a Stark does not fare well in the south." And then he goes back north to Winterfell. And the thing is, like, harking back to season 1, Catelyn Stark tells Ned, Starks don't do well in the south. Well, prior, he even knew Cregan Stark 150 years ago. Starks don't do well in the south. So
that's an awesome thread.
Yeah, it was very good, and this is obviously George R. R. Martin writing it years after the fact that he wrote Game of Thrones and Clash of Kings, which is Clash of Kings and Storm of Swords, which are the novels that you're in right now, if you're reading the books. But the fact that he weaves it together still so clearly is just the storytelling genius, and so I hope he just finishes the book so bad.
Yeah.
It's like if what happens in the show, I mean, not necessarily I'm a fan of everything that happened in the show at the end, but at least I know in the books we're going to have a lot more detail and a lot more explanation. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Hey, Adam, are you pumping breast milk or something?
That is right, just for you, Rookie Critic. I just had to squeeze the mustard bottle so that it could make some noises, some background noises. Because hey, why not?
Like what's happening to Adam?
Yeah, no, I was kind of hearing that. I'm like, should we call somebody? Like, I don't know.
Did he jump on a booger stick all of a sudden and start trying to jump?
Well, it's just some sound effects for shits and giggles. Because hey, why not? We're live and having fun.
That was the sound. That was the sound of sailors of Stannis Baratheon's fleet that had to jump off of their ships because of the fire or the wildfire in Blackwater Bay trying to breathe.
So I have a few death guesses. Stannis Baratheon doesn't seem like he'll live that long.
Stannis?
Yeah.
I mean, we don't want to say anything, so.
I mean,
we're not going to say anything. We'll let you do your prediction.
But yeah, I would say you basically you just kind of voice your opinion, and we will just be like,
Because like the fire chick is like, you're gonna roll or something, and that just feels like, no, not quite. I don't know. Kind of get your asses handed to you on that first run. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
But what I am curious about is Theon.
Theon.
The only I loved actually when he's like giving his speech. He's like, there's like 20 of us and whatever, we're gonna kick ass, we're gonna show them our fucking things, and then they knock him out. It's like, I don't want to interrupt him. It's a good speech. Like that was a funny version, but I kind of saw that coming. I was like, he's giving this awesome speech, and then they're just gonna kind of go, oh no, we don't need to see the battle. We're good. Well, let's knock him out and then leave, burn the place. Like, yeah, that's actually kind of fitting. I kind of like that. And then he wakes up.
You just wait to see what happens to good old Theon, my friend.
I'm so excited for you to see all this.
I don't get what's happening with him now, with being tortured. I don't get who has him or why. I assumed it was the Greyjoys. But I don't know.
Oh no, who is torturing him?
Yeah,
that is the Boltons.
Ramsay Bolton.
Yes. Ramsay Bolton, or actually right now his name Ramsay Snow. He's a bastard of Roose Bolton, of House Bolton, which is another northern family.
And this isn't a spoiler, just so you know. We're just giving you some information.
So they're friends of
not a spoiler.
They're a Stark Bannerman, technically.
They are technically, but they do not necessarily agree with the Starks.
Okay.
So that's not spoiler. It's not really. It's kind of just thrust upon you in the show. In the books, they explain that, we have a lot of differences, and they're actually more of a Lannister family. But
also
the thing about Game of Thrones, the Boltons are like the rival family in the North. They want Winterfell, kind of that deal, like how the Lannisters, the Tyrells, all of them are kind of like jockeying for the Iron Throne. It's kind of the same thing going on up north. But the Boltons are Stark Bannermen. That's important to remember. But they're kind of like, we're here, but I don't think you guys are the best leaders.
So okay, I'm a little, because wouldn't they have possibly come to aid them? While they're defenseless.
They did well. I do believe that there is a scene. It's like one of the first Bolton scenes or whatever. It kind of gets looked over. I do believe that they do get a Raven from Winterfell to go to their aid, but Roose Bolton is like, no, we're not going.
Okay, because there was
that I have to rewatch, but I can see it right now, them getting, and Roose is just like, oh, okay, or he just tosses it in the fire. I didn't see that.
There's a scene. There's a scene where they're like, oh, somewhere got attacked down the road, and they're like, oh, Bran was like, send 200 farmers or whatever you can gather that can fight or something, and then they get kind of taken over by the Greyjoys, and that all seems to be kind of skipped over. And then Winterfell's burned, and then they're on the walking run, and I just got past the part where that kid and his sister's like, oh yeah, you're wogs or whatever, and wargs.
Yeah. The Reeds.
The way they talk sometimes before they're saying wogs.
Yeah, the Reeds. Jojen, and I can't remember his sister's name. Yeah, the Reeds.
Okay. Yeah, so that's where I was. So I was like, they just kind of skipped over a few things.
Yeah.
Awesome things.
In the book, it gets more fleshed out, but it kind of does jump a little bit.
Because I think they're going to go back to things now, because the way you guys keep on talking, I'm like, are they really going to make a thing out of that little thing? I'm trying to pay attention to those.
Yeah. No, I'm anxious, and hearing how and Adam, this is something that I thought of you whenever Black Angus and I were talking to Rookie. Does this not just kind of rekindle your Game of Thrones excitement? I can get past the last season when I think about it now, just because we were given a treasure of some great storytelling through the first 6 seasons, I would say. It excites me again.
Well, and I would say a good portion of that goes to the fact that they split so many characters up. Mm-hmm. They kind of have a certain amount kind of in the beginning, like maybe 4 different places you switch to, and then those sort of break off a little, and then there's another ones here, there. You introduce you have your old ones interact with new ones, and then follow them here and there, and then that way, every 10 minutes, you can kind of switch off to something else and kind of think about what you just saw, and then think about, okay, where were we here? Then go here, and it feels different, like a different flow compared to other TV shows, because just in other shows, it's usually what's the problem this week, as to where this is like, no, the problem has been here since the beginning, and we're still dealing with it. But now there's new elements and new people, and people have been killed. So there's just things are changing all the time. Alliances are shifting here and there. So that's a different aspect. Like, it's much better than the villain of the week or the monster of the week or the what's wrong this week. It's like, oh, nope, it's still the same people, just different problems, but caused by each other.
Exactly. And you'll see as you go, decisions made in one area, like in King's Landing or in the north or wherever, they're going to have a widespread effect on characters not in that region. And I'm very excited for you to see all that happen.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. Buckle up, buddy. You've got so much that you're going to see that's just going to blow your mind.
Well, Adam, I don't know if you, I don't think you responded. What do you think? Like here in Rookie, obviously, he's interested in it. Kind of, so excited to find out what happens to a bunch of these characters that we grew to love and everything too. Does that not rekindle a little bit of the Game of Thrones fire, despite knowing the disappointment of season 8 that it was so rushed? Not that it was, like I said, I'm not at the point saying that it was bad. It was bad because it was rushed. It would have been fine if it would have been a full season, I believe. But,
well, I think if they would have, like you and I have talked about, even not, just talked, had they done it the right way, season 8 could have been a lot better. They just rushed it, ended it, and said, all right, that's it. We're off to Star Wars. That's our opinion on it. But to hear Rookie, a very young man, who before was having issues, kind of catching on, really wasn't paying attention. He's like, oh, this is entertaining, and now he's into it. Jeez, is that great? And it's one of those where it's like, this is awesome to hear from new eyes, actually, watching season 1 and getting through it, watching season 2, getting through it, getting into season 3 and going, okay, I got some questions where we can tell him the answers without spoiling anything and just kind of fill him in just that little bit. Because you read the books, you had a Mr. Moist, you had a upside that I did not have because I had not read the books
twice.
I caught the series when it first debuted and fell in love with it. Sean Beam, of course, we knew he was going to be out at some point, but still love the man. Into season 2, into season 3, and the things that we know that's coming up, and we're obviously not spoiling it for the man because it's more fun not to, but there's just so much that happens that's just so epic. And, you, myself, even with Angus, Jeff the Iron Wolf, as we called him, the Dire Wolf, we all had a lot of fun discussing the seasons. We had Abu Nas jumped in with us.
Oh, yeah.
And it was great. And to hear Rookie's response, hell yeah, it's awesome because it's a series that we love, both of us, even though they did what they did, we have faith the book's going to come out and rectify it. You and I had just spoke about Robert Kirkman and how much we respect him for going out on his own, saying, this is how I'm doing it. Boom, it's done, bitches. Nobody's going to twist my hand. I'm done. The comic is over. And, hopefully Martin will do the same thing with the book. He's got every opportunity to fix what HBO decided to do. But then again, look at what happened. They're offered Star Wars. Dumb and Dumber were offered Star Wars, and then all of a sudden what happened? We get season 7 that's drug out, and we get half a season basically. Then we get season 8, which to me just felt like a big fuck you. And yes, I did say it. It was a big fuck you. Hey, we're out of here. We're done with this. We're going to just hurry up and wrap it up. We don't give a shit.
It's let's try to use the biggest spectacle that we can. Let's make everything a big spectacle so we can show you what we're going to do in Star Wars.
Yeah. I mean, you and I were stoked.
I'm like, I don't care. I am more interested in people talk. Give me one big battle scene. That's all I need. I'm more interested in the backstabbing, the stuff that Rookie's in right now.
Yep.
All of the configuring, trying to get into the best point. Robb Stark telling off one of his commanders about getting a mill. And losing 200 men, stuff like. I am more interested in that. I love a big battle scene because Game of Thrones does them well, and Rookie, you got plenty of big battle scenes coming that you will love. When they do them well, they're done well. But when they unnecessarily focus too much time, which I don't believe in the first until season 8. Honestly, that didn't happen. That season 8 just became the spectacle. That's just oh my gosh, like
It was a joke. I
this
mean,
stuff.
we were expecting so much, and we're waiting, and we made so many comments about oh, what if this happens and goes to Dorne or what? Don't worry, rookie, I'm not spoiling anything, brother. It's just so many speculations that we had, and we had our own fan theories that would have been epic if they'd have went that route, and they basically just kind of spit on us.
Well, the thing is, like fan theories. I mean, they kind of. I mean, they're just what we hope happens, but like.
But we did not.
We're not entitled. We're not. They're
season-
not entitled to do it. I mean, obviously, they're going to do it how they want to. But
True.
I believe that a lot of the fan theories now, like if you go back and listen to fan theories about season 8, they sound more George R. R. Martin than they do when I watch season 8.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. That
It's like there's so many more twists and turns that actually fit within the context of the story, within the history of the characters. It's something. It's like these theories build and build and build on each other, and boom, there's that point where it happens. And then
we had a lot of fun, though. That's the thing. We were just you, me, Jeff. We were talking about stuff. Oh, this could happen. This could happen. This would be epic if this happened. And none of it happened, which is fine. But the fact that they went the route they did, season 8 just, we were so excited for it, and then at the end of it, it was literally like The Last Jedi. It's like, are you really? This is what we get?
From what I can tell,
season 8 is a cinematic experience. That nothing can take that away. It is a cinematic experience.
It is.
Beautiful.
I just feel they could have done a lot better.
The story, everything but the story.
Yeah,
the acting is incredible. The acting is some of the best in Game of Thrones.
No complaints on the actors. It was the writing. It was rushed to get done. Yeah, I mean they did phenomenal for the shit that they had to do and betray everything from season 1 to 7, and now our characters are taking a right turn and doing this and doing that. I mean, I don't blame the actors. They are paid to do a job. That is it. And whether they like it or not, Mark Hamill, prime example.
Yeah.
Green titty milk, baby. But, plain and simple.
Well, while we're being negative Nancy over here, though, both of us are being negative Nancy. Rookie is in the prime of Game of Thrones, and I think the Rookie, you have, despite us bitching about season 8, which is just bound to happen at some point.
Sorry, Rookie.
It was bound to happen. You are gonna love the rest of the ride that you're on, and it's I've rewatched numerous episodes of it just randomly, and when you look back and if you go onto different websites or whatever that rank Game of Thrones episodes, you're gonna find that the vast majority of those episodes, if not all of them, fall between seasons 1 through 7. All of them will fall through 1 through 7. So you have a lot to look forward to, and you have a lot of those moments that you're just like, holy shit, where are they going to go from here? Or like, what the hell just happened? A lot of those moments, the best of those moments have yet to come.
Oh yeah, bud, you got plenty to look forward to.
And that's why I'm so pumped. Like I'm looking forward to when you watch a certain episode in the future. I'm looking forward to a tweet. Like I hope that you'll tweet about it, being like, "Whoa, just watched this in Game of Thrones. Like that was crazy," or something. Or
I can't wait till he sees Battle of the Bastards
stream or something like right after it. Like there are those episodes that you're just like, "What just happened?"
Just know this, Rookie. When you get caught up to Battle of the Bastards.
Hey, wait. No,
I'm not spoilers. I'm not giving spoilers. That's just the episode. It's the Battle of the Bastards, and it's a very, very phenomenal season or episode. Just know that you tweet when you watch it, because I'm going to tweet you back or I'll message you back. But just know that during this episode, at the very end of the episode, is when the last puppy was born. And it's fucking ironic to say because you don't know what happens yet. But when you see the end of the Battle of the Bastards and what happens, I want in the back of your mind to know that one of Frank's puppies was born during this show because we were just rewatching it for all of us to do a recap on. And there was a baby wiener dog born at the very end of the Battle of the Bastards. And then you can laugh because it is kind of ironic and freaking funny. But that's just the inside thing because we are friends. And it is the season overall, or the series overall, is in my top 5. I still love Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
I truly do.
It does
I
not
cannot
top Breaking Bad for me, though.
No, it is definitely still a great series. I can watch it. I can watch Black Sails. Still love Black Sails. Still love Game of Thrones hardcore. Same with The Walking Dead, even though there's ins and outs that just suck. Still love watching them.
That's like I'll sit and watch like season 3 of The Walking Dead and be like, "Fuck yeah, let's go," and then I'll be like season 4, I'm like, or like the second half of season 4, I'll be like, season 5, let's go. All right, hey, and then But,
it's just one of those things. We've got the foresight. Rookie gets to watch it, and I'm not going to lie to you, Rook. It is awesome that you are into it as much as you are now compared to how you were before, where you're just like, eh. And now that you're kind of, gotten into it and kind of seeing it, it is really awesome to hear the stuff come out of your mouth of what you've seen and what you think is coming.
Oh yeah, definitely. And what I was going to say is that I think knowing the issues with season 8, especially like I watched Nerdrotics and Doomcox and a lot of people's coverage on it, and going through to season 3 now, I can already kind of tell. I think the reason as to why season 8 didn't do as well is because they changed the formula of how they do their show. It seemed like with this, it is the character moments that make the show worth it. Like when they skip, there's plenty of moments where they could have shown battles, but they kind of skip over them really quick.
Exactly.
They glance right over it, and it's like, okay, back to this. But they'll show an action scene here or there, but that's not the point. It's the conflict. Like even I just got past a brief sword fight with Jamie and Brienne. It's like the sword fight itself doesn't even matter. It's what are they doing? What are these characters doing? Like what do they care for?
It was showing the development between those two. Like it was that sword fight was are they going to kill each other? Like, what are they doing?
So what I'm saying, you said that season 8 is cinematic, and I think that's the problem. Is that the rest of this doesn't feel cinematic? Yeah. It feels episodical. It's a story being told over a long period of time. As to where that it's described as if it's a huge movie that's going to show how big the armies are and how just all this stuff and big explosions and things going on, and take their time walking around rather than saying anything. So I don't know.
Well, let's just look back at the Battle of Blackwater. I mean, that was your first full episode focused on a battle. Well, what did it show? It showed the soldiers, the Lannister soldiers prior to the battle, whoring around and singing, the Lannister song, "The Rains of Castamere," and then it focused on the Cersei and Sansa hiding in King's Landing. It focused on, and then it gave you the big battle. It gave you the wildfire explosion. You got the battle at the gates. You had Tyrion going out, getting wounded, leading a countercharge, and then
Jeffrey hiding like a bitch.
Joffrey,
And
you had then you had Tywin Lannister save the day.
Yeah, well, it felt like a budget cut, but
it was like every part of that and you had the Hound do his "fuck the queen, fuck the king" moment. Every part of that battle felt like it developed the story. It wasn't just telling like, "Oh, here's a slasher flick," like of just let's just show cool battle scenes. Every battle scene that was shown developed the story, developed the characters a little bit more, and that's what we lost in season 8.
Yeah, I imagine so. I mean, that was the thing. Like, they could have had an epic battle without it being as big. Like, you could have even had the implication that there's this huge army, but you don't need to shoot it like it's a huge battle scene. Like if it were to jump to specific characters and show what's going on there, I'd prefer that than showing any ancillary fighting.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
it's
it's like
for
one thing
battle
with the Battle of Blackwater. I mean, it does focus on those characters like Braun, and the Wildfire. The Wildfire was a big plan throughout season 2. And then Tyrion had this plan of, basically a flanking maneuver or whatever. It focused on Tyrion, focused on the Hound, Braun, Cersei, and Sansa, and then Joffrey's cowardice. And the thing is, and that all encompassed that entire battle. Like, you're focusing on those characters, but boom, the Hound's out fighting like crazy, showing how much of a badass he is. Literally cuts a guy in half, which is hilarious when that happens. Just falls over and just falls behind himself. And then, and Lancel Lannister runs out right away and gets wounded, runs right back. That was hilarious. But no, it's like, it's built, the battle is built around the characters.
And which is why
you were saying, it's not just ancillary scenes. It's built around the characters to develop the story, not just to make you go, ooh, ah.
I know, which is why I assume most people hated the zombie battle, because it's just like, I assumed it was just a ooh, ah, look, and then it's done.
Well, if you can see it.
Yeah.
Future, you'll find out.
Yes. In the future, we will see. And I can't wait till you get through all of it and then to hear the rookie critic give his thoughts on everything, because you've got so much coming up that is just so badass. The seasons 4 and 5 kind of run together, just a bit,
which is good though.
6.
I think, I like when they run together.
The way they did it, because it will slow down a bit, but as Jeff de Ironwolf had even said, it was a good break the way they did it. People kind of like, but when you actually look at the series as a whole, it made a lot of sense, and it made you want more, and you get more eventually. But, I can't wait till you get through all of it when you've got the time to hear your thoughts, my friend, on all of this, because we've had so many discussions on air, off air, having a blast, talking about stuff. And the fact that you're watching it now and you're into it now because you've got the time to do it is epic, my friend.
Hell yeah. But I think the most important question I'd have is, does that one fat kid that's hanging around with Arya live?
Oh, the baker. Yes.
Porky. Well, what's his name?
Hot Pie. Hot Pie is his name.
I'm surprised that he's still around. I could have sworn he would have been a throwaway character, but nope.
No. Hot Pie for the throne. Let's go. I mean,
like, even watching him get over a branch.
Don't you dare talk bad about Hot Pie.
I'm just saying, in that world, in that time, it's surprising that he still survived.
Just know the answer is Cantina Band.
Cantina Band.
Like,
Cantina
maybe
Band.
Don't be shocked if the Cantina Band makes an appearance.
Okay.
I mean, there wouldn't be anything better than the Cantina Band playing the Reigns of Castamere. I mean,
hell yeah,
that's pretty awesome.
But yeah, Rookie, it's really cool to hear you actually had the time to watch it and kind of get into it, where before, and I understood where you were coming from before, because everybody, you had a lot on your plate. You're like, I'm trying to, but I'm just not into it. Now that you've had the time to actually watch it and soak it in a bit, it's really awesome, dude, to hear, you shoot off your ideas and the people that you're like, okay, I think this might happen. And I just can't wait till you get through some more to hear your thoughts on what you've seen and how you feel. It's refreshing.
Yeah, I'm trying to guess who gets killed at the Red Wedding, because I know that happens. I know that's one of the biggest events that affected people's viewing of Game of Thrones. So,
it affected how I had breakfast when I watched it. I'll tell you my Red Wedding story. I won't tell you anything about who dies or whatever. You obviously know people die, but when I was watching it, and whenever it happened, it was before my before my one Gen Ed astronomy class when I was in undergrad school at Shippensburg University, and I was getting ready. I had an 8 a.m. class. So what I would do is I would get up at like 6:30, watch an episode of Game of Thrones while I was getting ready to go to class, and I would eat my breakfast, usually just a bowl of cereal. Well, I was sitting at my desk, and I was watching it on my laptop. I literally, when the Red Wedding started and the first death happened, I had just put a bite of cereal in my mouth, and when something happened, I literally spit out that entire bite, dropped my spoon, and I'm like, "What the fuck?"
And every time when I watched a replay, Brandon Moist, I got to tell you, the first thought that went in my mind was the cereal coming out of your mouth.
Well, oh no, and the best part was, no, it was hilarious because my roommate, my two roommates, I lived in an apartment you could fit 3 people in, so I lived on the bottom, I was in the ground level apartment bedroom, and then I had 2 roommates that lived above me, and so they came down the stairs, and they had both seen Game of Thrones, and they knew I was watching it, and they knew I'd watched episodes before, and I would always tell them, I'm like, "Hey, I'm on this episode," like, "Oh, what should I expect?" And they're like, "We ain't telling you anything," because they were always pumped up about it. Well, they knew the morning that I was watching the Red Wedding, and like my one roommate, he was like peeking down the stairs. I walked out of my room just like shocked. He's like, "You just saw the Red Wedding, didn't you?" I'm like, "Uh-huh." He's like, "What'd you think?" I'm like, "I ain't fucking going to class." Like, I'm shook. I'm like, I need to watch it. I need to binge as much as possible now.
Hell yeah.
Rookie's got the one advantage we don't. We had to wait week to week.
Yeah,
or season to season. He doesn't have to do that. So that's the one advantage that the rookie has on us.
It'll still probably take me just as long though, regardless.
I understand,
but you have the option.
Well, I said that it'll probably take me just as long though, because I'm not going to binge it. Just doing it a little bit at a time.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yep. So far my guesses on who's going to die is Robb Stark, Catelyn Stark. Joffrey, that'd be too soon to kill Joffrey probably. So he's probably going to get killed later, I'd imagine. But then again, they could try to subvert and go, nope, you see, you thought he's going to be the long-lasting one, but nope, he gets killed quickly. So I'm not sure. Knowing Season 8, I know that like Arya doesn't get killed. I know that Sansa doesn't get killed. I know that the Hound doesn't get killed. Bronn, Tywin or Tyrion, whatever. Not them. I don't really know who I pegged that would get killed. Maybe the new chick that's trying to get with Joffrey to kill him at some point.
Marjorie.
What?
Sansa?
No, the chick that had her gay brother or whatever.
Marjorie?
Marjorie.
Yeah, Marjorie Tyrell, yes.
Yeah, like maybe her. Somebody said that Bronn lives till the season 8 or 7 or so. He lives for a while, so I'm surprised at that. But I would have had him pegged as the one that gets killed. But no. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard for me to. It's funny. It's harder for me to guess who's gonna die because I know who's gonna live, but I don't know how long people will last.
Yeah, that's pressure on you.
I'm like, huh? Like I know, like Daenerys ain't in this building. She's not gonna be affected, or her people different side right now. So no. That old guy that saves her from like the scorpion thing or the bug. Was that the dude?
Barristan Selmy.
Was that the dude in season 1 or like the beginning of season 2 that he's like, they're like, oh, we'll give you a little place by the river and you can have some bitches.
And he throws off his armor.
He's like, fuck that. And he's like, it's like I can slice all you in half like a piece of cake now. Is that him?
Yes, that is him.
Oh wow, okay. Because I was like, huh. I was like, they just kind of forgot about that guy. And then boom. Okay. I did not think that's what they're gonna do with him.
Yep, that is Barristan Selmy.
Sweet, because it seems pretty cool.
Yeah, I always like Barristan.
Yep.
The old Selmy.
Yeah, I don't have too much to say on this.
Well, I think we've been going here for a little over an hour, I believe. I do believe that I shall end this stream here. We've talked a little bit about the, just a heads up for anybody tuning in late, the Area 51 storming will happen on September 20th, 3 a.m. Nevada time. Be prepared.
The truth is there, my friend.
The truth is there. And as many people have said, the sacrifice might be worth it. If we can escape, if we can get one ET out of it at the cost of maybe 500,000 people, it would be worth it. Imagine the place that you would have in history. I will be there leading a moist battalion of moisture. So that's what we're going to plan on doing. But make sure you follow our friend, the Rookie Critic. He'll have some upcoming content Rookie, do you want to plug what you have coming up here so people might know that might tune in here?
How about I give a little sneak peek, a little brief window?
Yeah, feel free to share your screen and everything.
It's gonna take me a minute to get it up because it has to load from the editor still, because it's still in the editor.
Yep. No. Well, while you're doing that, how about Adam? We'd like to thank the superfan Adam Shawhan for joining the Friday Moisture, as I called it. Didn't necessarily call it the Moist Cast, but Friday Moisture, just to moisturize your weekend. You know, maybe it might be a little hot, might be a little, maybe damp, might cause some chafing in your region. It's gonna be a little warm this weekend in a lot of areas of the U.S. And it's gonna be a little wet down there. If you're down there in Louisiana, batten down the hatch. It's gonna be a little rainy. Hope you guys down in Louisiana are really safe. But coming to our friend from the Midwest is Adam Shawhan.
It is always an honor to be with you, Master Moist. Always a pleasure to hang out with you, Rookie Critic. Always a blast on a Friday Moist Cast. No matter what you call it, it is a Friday Moist Cast.
Absolutely is a Friday and a Moist Cast.
I agree.
All right, now, Rookie, I got to click on your thing to make sure. There we go.
Okie dokie. You ready?
All right, you should be streaming to everybody. Yep, you are streaming to everybody, I believe.
All right, I'm not going to give any context. Whoa! Hello? I'm still learning a little. I just opened the editor, so it loads a little bit and takes a little bit to play the whole thing.
Did I just see like Slender Man?
I don't know. Do you have any idea what's going on there?
I don't know, honestly.
What is this thing? Do you know what that is?
Whenever you were zoomed in on the face, I thought I saw like Slender Man. Like
no, take a guess. Take a guess at what I might make this. What is this?
Thanos.
Take a guess. Adam too.
Let's see.
White.
Well, my guess is it's going to be an epic video that our friend, the Rookie Critic, is doing that will have many guest stars, and it will be as fun and as entertaining as the last one was. Because I got to tell you, the Rookie Critic makes very good entertainment that is more entertaining than what Hollywood and TV is shoving down our throat.
I appreciate that extremely, Shawhan.
I'm trying to figure this out. No,
you are welcome, my friend.
So think about my other skits, and what do you think this is?
Oh, son of a gun.
Anybody in the chat know who this is? Know what this is?
I'll say no. Yeah, because I ever since John died, I haven't watched your skits because I have been this kind of.
Oh right. Well, no, it like I haven't made that many since the trilogy anyway. So, based on what you know from those.
Oh.
What could this be? I think you guys would know it pretty easily. It's very common in our pop culture lately.
SJW?
Close.
Kathleen. No. It's not Brie Larson.
Look, dude, I don't want to have hello. What is it?
Oh my god. Do that again. Do that again.
Look, dude, I don't want to have hello. Hi.
I feel like it's the blue checkmark brigade.
It's the what?
The blue check. I mean, I always call it on YouTube like that.
No, you had it very close with the other guess.
With Brie Larson.
I don't know the other one.
Blue
It
check
looks
mark
almost like a SJW wannabe cloned rookie
No,
critic.
okay. So go with that. Well, what is it? What's the other word we use?
NPC.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, that is it. Yes. Yes,
not a
and
bad-
that explains
that's not
the
a-
gray. That
See, that's
explains
not a
the gray,
horrible
yes.
guess from a guy that's already had like
That's
a
it.
12-pack of beer.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's my NPC costume for NPCs.
Nice.
That is awesome. That's so it's like I'm like looking for like an actual character. That explains why it wasn't an actual character.
No, you see, because like I've made putties before. I've had Nega reviewers. I'm like, what is this guy? What do you think it is?
It's the NPC.
Yep, that's what I got.
So,
I thought the hello would have been like, oh man, it's just like a total program.
yeah.
I cannot wait till you get done with your skit and to watch it all the way through. It will be epic because your last one was awesome, my friend, and this one
is
make already going good.
This will make that seem so pathetic, honestly.
Honestly, me just saying that I thought that NPC was Brie Larson.
But Tree, when you said Brie Larson and Thanos, I was like, okay, and I'm looking at it and I'm like,
I'm like, maybe Photoshop some Thanos in there, and I'm like, I don't know, maybe Brie Larson or whatever.
I would have cropped their heads out and put it over mine, but and used audio clips of theirs, but that'd be too simple.
Oh man, that's
better. I feel like.
But no, Rookie, you want to let everybody know when your approximate release date? I mean, not hard deadline, but approximate.
Yeah, so August 9th at noon Pacific will be when I release that Rookie's Quest episode 1.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Oh boy, look who's here.
Busy day, so I'm still moderating, but I got a little time off for a second.
Well, DJ, we're actually about to end this here.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to say hi, bye before it was over.
Well, DJ,
I wanted to get on earlier, but they delayed on the start of the thing. So.
Well, DJ, while you're here for a very brief second,
yes,
give us your hottest take of the day.
Cantina Band.
Oh man!
Never forget Cantina Band.
That is the correct answer.
Now, DJG, tell me, what do you think of the Cantina Band?
It's very good. It's a very good Cantina Band. It would defeat most things, and especially Empty Galaxy's Edge. It would definitely defeat Empty Galaxy's Edge, even if they put Brie Larson as the main attraction and everyone take a ride. It would still be that ride.
Now, would you think the Cantina Band deserves a place among the Avengers?
Possibly.
Over Brie Larson?
They could give a pretty bad.
Definitely over Brie Larson. Yeah, Brie Larson just was good at getting punted in that film at the end and was useless. Good job. All that build up for nothing. Oh, God.
Indeed.
Good job, Brie. Good job. Can't wait till she's in episode 9. That's gonna be the best cameo by Captain Marvel.
guarantee. Oh my
Just
god!
because I just destroy it completely. Captain Marvel cameo in god dang episode 9.
Now you don't
Oh,
understand.
no.
They're gonna have her own trilogy.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. They love Brie Larson so much all of a sudden. It's amazing. God.
Do
Who
you
does-
love Brie Larson, DJD?
Who doesn't? Who doesn't love making a million videos and getting to a million subs because of Brie Larson, like Geeks and Gamers, World Class, and all the other fun people? I'm joking, guys. But shit, I need at least 20 Brie Larson videos a week.
Oh,
oh God. I
well,
can't.
we got the whole clan back together again. The whole
Yeah, we
group.
did. At least for one day. We can be heroes, sure.
We,
Well, if Brie Larson can, we
No.
sure as shit can.
Oh God.
well, no, all right. So now, Rookie just showed us a preview of his skit that's coming out in August here. So, DJ, are you going to be a part of that?
Yes, I was.
You
Already.
are a part.
Yeah, I sent him the
Now-
audio. Yeah.
All right. So now you sent audio. Now, DJ, you have contributed to the Rookies skit here.
Indeed.
What now? If you were asked by Disney, if J.J. Abrams approached you and said, "Mr. DJG Show, we've seen your shit on YouTube. We need to include you into Star Wars Episode 9: The Rise of Skywalker," what role would you play? What character? Could be digitized. Could be yourself. Could be
I'm
anyone.
sure it
Maybe
would
the
be one of
voiceover. What role would you
I'm
play?
sure it'd
and
be one
what-
of the brand new terrible Sith troopers and get
Well,
killed in 2 seconds.
well,
Okay,
what-
so and then
you-
die
you have-
immediately.
you have
That's
to
what's going to
say-
happen. He's going to be on screen for less than 10
Oh.
seconds.
You have to say at least 2 sentences worth of dialogue. So you're a Sith trooper, and what are your 2 sentences of dialogue? Go.
My dick died. Poor Brie Larson.
Oh man.
Oh no. God, I hope not. I'm actually slightly worried now. She's gonna be in it. Fuck. No.
Okay, here, Rookie.
Fucking Disney, no.
Rookie, I'll share you again here.
DJD, can you guess what this is?
Oh fucking hell. I'm gonna guess kind of a green screen thing you're doing or some shit.
Oh no. Here, let's show it from the earlier in the scene. Let's start over here.
There you go.
Oh, let me
Now,
guess.
now, Rookie, here, now, Rookie. Before you say,
Let me
I
guess
will say-
where you put my audio in potentially.
No.
Okay.
well, before you go too far, Rookie, I will say, my guess at first was Brie Larson. That was my guess.
That's not what I was looking for at all. But yeah.
No, not what we see on the screen right now. No, that is the Rookie.
I'm
But
still guessing he's putting some face on that faceless character though.
Let's just watch the scene play out and see what.
All right, go.
Hello. You can get out of my way now. Or out of my house, for that matter. Look, dude, I don't want to have to hello. What do you think it is?
No, I have no fucking clue. I'm gonna guess it's some kind of robber or some shit.
No, okay, think pop culture. What do you think it could be?
dude, I can like now that I know exactly what I'm like. Oh my god, this is perfect.
Think about what in pop culture could this be?
God, I have no clue.
An NPC.
Oh no! Oh God, no!
Is that pretty
Yeah.
good?
The
That is-
hand wave.
Yeah, I would say no.
The
Just
hand
rewind
wave.
it like 10 seconds or so. And just
You need to put like a weird God, what's it called? Like a stone kind of thing on him if you can, or like a I don't. Yeah,
Stone
'Cause
thing?
it's not stone, but it's always got like a brick like not. like a stone-like face, if you noticed. And the,
Right.
the nose is always accented. But no,
Right.
that it's just so people. Yeah, if you just literally draw on the nose, people will notice it faster that it's the NPC.
Oh my god.
I
No, like,
suppose-
So with like a black marker,
rewind for like 10 seconds.
so like with a black marker, or you can, I guess, CGI it in, or not CGI it in, but with Photoshop, like put a little line on his nose, and people will know a lot faster that's an NPC.
Let's
Yeah.
see if you would have guessed if I kept on playing. I hear that you love movies. Well, it is kind of a thing. Great. Would you like to be friends? Gee, nothing about you so far is screaming yes. Ha 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 ha. You're funny. Let's talk about Star Wars.
Oh God!
Oh god,
Right about there, you would know.
yeah.
Right about there, yeah, the guesses would have started coming in. NPC.
I
Oh,
do have him say some classic lines, but you know, that has to be with the dialogue later. So.
Oh god, no, not classic lines.
Oh yeah. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That was good, yes.
Yep.
Love it.
That's just one little scene, one little snippet of it. Episode 1 is halfway edited. I'm just waiting on a few more people's dialogue for episode
Nice.
1, and that will release August 9th at noon on a Friday Pacific time. And I will premiere it, and I will do a lot of information that week leading up to it. I might even try to, do a few live streams leading up to it, or be on some people's channels or something. Try to promote it a little more. I'll be showing out the cover that Drawing for the Fun of It made. But by then, Riot Kitty will also have made a cover for me. By then,
cool.
I'll be sharing that too.
Yeah, she's a good
She's
artist.
also in the chat right now.
Yeah, she's
yep,
a good
good
artist. Yeah.
So yeah, right. It has been a while. I haven't streamed for probably about 3 weeks right now. So glad that you could tune in here, and glad that you got a little sneak peek of the Rookie Critics upcoming skits.
Did she make any guesses on what it was?
She said, "Looks like Slender Man," which is what I also had.
That's probably the closest guess. Closest.
Well, just so you know, Riot Kitty is Frank and the Wiener Dog Clan's favorite kitty.
Well, that's good. That's great. But DJD, did you know that I'm making another stop motion skit with tomatoes?
Oh, nice. Cool. That's badass.
It's called Game of Tomatoes.
Oh God.
You can guess what that might.
Yes, I can already guess what ridiculous thing that'll be. Jeez.
Can you guess what the enemy of the tomatoes would be in Game of Tomatoes?
Potatoes.
Now, instead of White
Kill
Walkers,
Bill Splat. Kill Bill Splat. That's what I guess.
instead of White Walkers, what could be a threat?
Mustard.
Instead of White Walkers, what could be a threat
What,
to
mayonnaise?
Red tomatoes.
Skywalkers?
Oh, God, no. Oh.
You better.
Oof.
Disney Skywalker. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see. I'm trying to not spoil too much. So on different streams, I've shown different snippets. So I don't know if everybody's seen enough. I haven't shown too much. We'll see. All right, enough about me. Yeah.
Well, DJD,
Yes.
what do you have to say about today?
It's a good day. You're back.
Yeah, no. So yesterday, or the other day,
I feel guilty for this Area 51 meme exploding like it has.
No, do not. No.
That's my fault. I went too far.
DJD,
I hyped it too good.
I am attending.
It was a little hype, and then it went, and I hyped it too much, and then now it's a goddamn article. On Area
DJD,
51.
now
Trump talked about it. All is lost.
Did Trump talk about it?
Possibly. I have to verify if that's real or not. I have to
DJD, I
verify.
gotta tell you, right now, I, the Moist, am one of 547,000 people going to storm Area 51.
Good luck in not getting shot by the turrets or some other or these
DJD,
alien tentacles.
I am leading, and I commented on the World Class Bullshitters fan page.
Hey, make sure to stay low.
I am leading Moist Company of World Class Bullshitters Battalion.
Oh God,
so,
no.
I am leading Moist Company. If you would like to join Moist Company, let me know, and I will I will let you know, and I will tell you the appropriate meme page to follow.
I'll be the air recon in bat form.
Exactly. Please do. Please do. And if you want to scavenge as well, please do.
Oh God.
Pick up all of our pick off the credit cards and debit cards of our dead bodies. Please do. Use them to your own expenses because we will no longer need them. But DJD, I will give you a little rundown of what the plan is right now.
I've been following it from the start because it's hilarious.
Well, have you seen that the Kyles will be leading the charge?
Oh God, no, I hadn't seen that part yet.
Oh boy, I'm about to share my screen again.
Oh man,
here we go. We're about to and share.
Actually, I gotta head out though. So, thanks for having me on, man.
See you, Rookie.
Yep.
All right, Rookie. You take care, my friend.
Critic.
Take care, big guy. Keep it up.
Yep. Later, guys.
Stuff, man.
We'll see you, Rookie.
Later.
And make sure you guys check out the Rookie Critic. He has a lot of great content, especially coming out here soon. And he especially follow his future watchings of Game of Thrones. If you have felt disgruntled, I think that you might find some hope watching with the Rookie Critic. And so definitely give his channel a sub and give him some views. Let's go. But while we're giving him some views, we got a plan for Area 51 here. So now DJD, are you seeing this plan?
Yeah, I saw that one already.
I
put it out as a meme.
I think it's
put it out as a terrible, evil meme, which I'll send to you guys later.
I mean, I think it's a pretty solid plan. If I'm looking at it right now,
exactly.
I mean, looking at it right now, I do think it's a good plan. I mean, if we got the Kyles infused on Monster, they're going to go berserk, plus 10 berserk. I do believe that they will form an impenetrable wall. That the rock throwers will be able to distract snipers and everything. I do believe that can happen. But one thing that's going to be the real crucial thing here will be us Naruto runners getting around the flank. Now, because the thing is, it's not like it's a straight line. We're going to have to go a little up, and down. We got to get some momentum going here. And especially these guys on the north flank, dude, they're screwed. South flank is how it's going to be taken. And, we know if we're going to get these aliens, we got to figure out which buildings in here we're going to hit first. And we got to realize there's probably buildings underneath all of this. So we got to be able to expand and use our Naruto running skills to, we can just expand and conquer. And we can jujitsu our way out of it, I believe. And I do believe that with proper planning that we have seen, I think that this can happen. This is an actual thing. It can happen, and that we're looking at a future. We're gonna find that alien lives are on this planet. So, what do you guys think? DJ.
Oh God! Apparently, Homeland Security is preparing the Department of the Space Force to counter this attack. This is not really official document. Apparently, they're going to use the laser beams and the hentai to defeat the attackers at Area 51.
Honestly, no. My favorite part about all of this has been I have been going on to because CNN tweeted about it, all these big media outlets. I just go, and then you have these hardos that actually believe it's real.
Yes,
they're just oh my God, the military will kill them in a second. It's no shit. And then what? So what I always do, I just go and comment the SpongeBob sarcasm meme where he's bent over and it's the lowercase, uppercase letters. I just literally just throw that comment on there. I'm just if you believe this is real, and the thing is, all of these outlets show it's strategy. They will Naruto run. If you see Naruto run, that's an anime thing. That's not a real thing. It's it's complete troll. It's the fact that it has got international media attention. The BBC the British Broadcasting Corporation had an article about it. I'm like, this is incredible. Like,
No, it's really got out of hand
meanwhile,
in a
America,
hurry. And in my mind, it kind of started as a meme and as a complete joke, and now
it
it's
is.
gone.
That's what I thought.
It's
it
got
is.
way too much traction, and now.
It's like no, and now it's
I'm in
like
trouble.
this is getting too much traction because it's funny.
All I did was
these
put the
actual
meme everywhere.
Because these media outlets are taking it seriously, and it's making like, do you guys not realize? Are you guys that not in tune with pop culture?
No, they're retarded.
No, that's all it is. Honestly, it's showing how retarded people like how out of tune media is. It's like, this is a freaking meme. This is what we do these days.
Well, they don't understand memes like this because you're basically taking real stuff and then you're fucking with it.
Yeah, exactly. And then
they can't get that.
They don't.
So then they think it's real then, and that's the problem.
They think there's a brigade of Kyles that are going to run straight, that are going to be drunk off Monster energy drinks, running straight at Area 51 while a bunch of rock throwers are going to be trying to distract the snipers. Meanwhile, there's going to be two battalions of Naruto runners running head first, arms behind your back, sprinting as fast as possible, trying to flank Area 51. Like, that's so stupid. The fact that it gets airtime is so dumb. But I love the internet. See, I normally hate the internet, but things like this, and the fact that there has been, I need to look at what the overall thing is here. So right now, as of right now, 9:53 p.m. EST, we have 548,000 people going to storm Area 51, and we have 533,000 people interested, aka cowards, that are interested in seeing it happen, but they need to join.
And I DM'd you the amazing meme that spread this even further in the early days, which I did not expect to.
We still got 2 months yet to get this.
It's in your Twitter DM, Brandon Moise. Enjoy that.
What is this?
The meme. Yeah, I sent it to you.
Yeah, let me check here.
This is debauched. It's just wrong. It's basically a Wikipedia breakdown of the
oh yeah, no, that is it. Yeah.
Yes. I spread that thing all over the internet. I did not expect it to then lead to the fuckery that we have currently.
Heavy, all forces decimated. Heavy. I just love the casualties. Hey, we win. In the end, we win.
we win in the end, but no, and it's a Wikipedia and it's a joke, and this has also been taken way too serious as insane. Because if it's on Wikipedia, that means it's going to actually happen, right? So,
oh no, I guarantee there'll be at least 2 people that show up. Be like, all right, let's go.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, I mean this is wild. I love it. I
250,000 heavily armed retards. Jeez.
I cannot wait. No, just if you follow on the webpage. It's on Facebook.
Oh god.
Storm Area 51. They can't stop us all. That is the link. I'm just gonna share it here in the chat.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just one of the greatest things I have seen. This is why we have social media. This is why we can be social. Things like this. I mean, honestly, and the thing is, the best part about this, if you look in the discussion part of that Facebook page, nobody's asking, are you a Trump fan? Are you a Bernie fan? Who you voting for? We're all just trying to find fucking aliens. Nobody is voting. Nobody, no, people are voting, but nobody is making this a partisan issue. This is a humanity issue. It's bigger than politics, and that is why this matters. And so I cannot wait to see what happens on this meme page on September 19th, the day before the supposed raid occurs. And that is why it's going to be incredible.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the fact that it has this much traction, it's gonna die down.
I'm going to clearly state that it's parody.
Oh,
Or
no,
I'm
absolutely
posting it in yet another place right now, right? Because
It's like
it
no,
can't
everybody's getting ready
stop.
for Area 52.
Oh my god! Because these people are stupid.
But no, and I guarantee the best part is the week leading up to this Friday, September 20th, is going to be hilarious on social media. People will be like, "Got my tickets, let's go," and they'll be photoshopping them like in Nevada or whatever. Like I cannot
God.
freaking wait. Oh man, I love it.
I'm in disbelief that this has been taken so serious. It was a meme. It was an innocent meme, and then now it's just it's
And I
ridiculous.
love how all the posts on the actual page,
Yeah.
they all say, "P.S. U.S. government, this is actually a joke." It's like
They're
just
still
like,
they're
"This is
still
a
not
joke."
getting that it's a joke. They might never get that it's a joke.
Yeah, it's like this is a joke, and like we're not taking any responsibility for anyone that actually does this. It's the best part. Oh man, I love it. But well, guys, on that note of love for the Area 51 storming, hope to see you guys there. I'll be leading out of the World Class Bullshitters Battalion. It received a laughing emoji from Jeff Hicks of World Class Bullshitters earlier today when I posted on the Facebook group. So I believe that is approval for the World Class Bullshitters Battalion. I will be leading Moist Company. Call me Captain Moist. So if you would like to join Moist Company, Naruto runners who flank on the south side of Area 51, you let me know and we will make it happen. And we are Moist Company.
I'm going to put me down as a maybe flyover.
Tyler, do not lick ice cream. Do not lick ice cream in stores. And Tyler, do check out Storming Area 51 and let me know if you want to join Moist Company. And we will take Area 51 and get them freaking aliens. Let's go. But all right, joining me tonight has been the DJD Show.
Indeed.
Superfan Adam Shawhan and the Rookie Critic just checked out earlier.
Cool.
Before we got to pitch our reasons to storm and our plan of storming Area 51.
Yes.
With that being said,
I'm going to post the meme.
Tad, I'm
going to post the meme now, by the way. So prove it. I'm going to post it.
Tyler, it's basically a meme that got viral. Like,
oh, God.
Viral. I am one of 540,000 people now attending. You should too. Just to maybe freak the federal government out. Be like, oh, well, shit. People can actually mobilize. Yeah, we can. Give us a good meme to rally around, and we will be behind it. So, I say, Tad, check out just maybe like 8 chats above you. I sent the link in there. Check that out there, and that should be the invite. And you better hit going. If you don't, I'll know. So, sorry,
Frank's going. He's saying he's going to lead the charge for you, Moist.
There we go. That's all. Hey, the more wiener dogs, the better.
Exactly.
The more bodies that we can get out there, the better. And if we can lead with a pack of dogs, they won't shoot dogs.
Especially little wieners. They won't shoot their little wieners off. No.
I know, Tyler, if you don't have Facebook, you still should be able to click on it. You still should be able to see it like in the public thing. If you can rally a bunch of wiener dogs and puppies especially. If we're led by puppies, we're set. We are set. And we're going to get them aliens. But we could also find secret classified Air Force things that they're developing, which might not be good in general. But, oh well. With that being said, we're going to end the Moist Cast here, the Friday Moisture. And encourage you all to let's get that attendance up to 600,000. We're at 530.
I just put it. So there you go. Interested, going, indeed, all the fun.
Oh, absolutely, all the fun. That's what we need.
That flyby air recon. You got it now. You got You got Vampire Air Force now.
Exactly. One thing is they underestimate the amount of private drones people own now. There could be so many private drones up there flying around. They could maybe screw with their own targeting or whatever. So who knows? There's a lot of possibilities here, and we got 2 months to figure it out. So we got 2 months to figure it out. And then
We've got the flight from the DJD. We've got the telling from the Wiener Dog Clan. They're screwed.
Yeah.
And then I will use my moisture powers to just rain water down in the desert. So, so with that being said, guys, thank you for tuning in. Tyler, a good friend, thanks for tuning in here, bud. Hope to play with some Xbox or something with you over the weekend. Riot Kitty, thank you for tuning in as well. Frank the Shawham Weird Dog Clan, as always. Nicole Blue, thank you for tuning in. Jem Lewis, Liam Critique, thank you guys for all tuning in here. Love you guys. Love the support here. And love the support for my friends DJ D, Superfan Adam Shawhan, and the Rookie Critic. And this is the Moist saying, I will catch you on the moist side of things.